Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today is a different video for me. I got a whole mess of things that I'm going to be using to try to make a dent in them, and we're going to talk about those products and maybe offer up some unasked for tips and tricks along the way. If you're game for that, just keep watching. I've got some stuff in front of me that I did not put away because you gotta have some stuff, you know, that you can play with. Like there's a couple of new things I want to enjoy. And I'm just going to use and show you most of this as we go along. All right, so that's what we're doing. For eyeshadow primers, I got these two out and we're going to keep them out till they're gone. That would be the Lorac. I just put my glasses away. I don't know what it says. The Lorac something. Behind the scenes, I think it's called. Something like that. I'm going to use that up. Going to empty this. Some of this stuff don't be like, oh my gosh, it's impossible that she's going to go through 2 eye primers, because it really won't be. There's not that much left. I'm tired of doing that. I'm tired of putting up almost used up stuff in the drawer. So why did I put this away? Well, because I get in a hurry and on camera I can't see very well what I'm doing. So I was noticing that with these kinds of eye primers, I was getting eye boogers. That's why I put it away in favor of the Sigma eyeshadow crayon stick, which I loved. It's probably my favorite eye primer. Does this tell you how long I've had this? BECCA isn't even in business anymore, but this is their first light primer and I love it. And then also these two by Lancome, Prep and Hydrate and Prep and Matte, which I'll use together. I always did. I put Prep and Matte over my pores and put Prep and Hydrate all over the rest of my face. But there's not a lot left in here, so I went ahead and pulled out a third, being optimistic. I'm going to put on Prep and Matte like I would use MAC Refine Zone, but I've got an unopened Refine Zone by MAC, but I didn't want to open it until I used up this stuff. So that's going in the middle of my face. And then this will go on the outskirts of my face. Is this extra? Yeah, it is. We're going to put serious dents in foundation. I have 2 of these and 1 in BECCA. This one's down lower. It's half the bottle because this is my actual shade. I'm going to try to mix these two. I'm at least going to finish Cameo. I paid too much money to let this just sit in a drawer. So this is my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. It's almost a full bottle. I think today we're going to use the Luminous Silk because I've not used it in a long time. But first, let's jump to the concealers because I may want to put that on first. I'm going to try to use up at least one of these. I have more in backup. For crying out loud, it's ridiculous. I went on this concealer kick and also this. I used it a few times and on to the next. So yeah, I guess if I'm going to use this, I'm going to use this with it. I don't know. We may find that I don't still love some of these things anymore, you know. New products come along. Your wants, your desires, what you love changes. So I don't know. I might have used too much of this, forgetting how, you know, the consistency or whatnot is of some of these products I've not used in a long time. I might forget. Oh, you know what? I shouldn't have done this because the eyeshadow palette that I picked, I'm pretty sure has fallout involved. Oh well, live and learn. We may want to take a sponge. I don't know. That's not bad. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. This, okay, I've never put this away since I got it. I love it. It's fast and easy for me. This shade will be gone before anything else in here because this is the one I'm after. And there's this also because I reach for those 2 things together. So I have not put away those palettes, but in addition to that, we're going to try to hit pan. I don't believe I've done this before, not in an eyeshadow palette. Look at it. I used it like 2 times and then I never touched it again. It does smell like chocolate still. One of the reasons I stopped using Too Faced palettes and gave almost all of them away. I think I've got like maybe 2 or 3. I don't know. Less than 5 Too Faced palettes now. And the reason is because they all have scent. And I think that when I use one of these palettes with scent in it, in about 2 or 3 hours, my eyes start itching. We'll find out whether or not that is actually the case or not. And then I'll know. I will explain for people who've never been here before what I'm doing because makeup artists will tell you not to do what I'm doing. They'll tell you that I'm dumbing down the shadows, and I might be But to me, it's worth it to not have to take a color and skip and patch it all the way across my wrinkles and sagging lids. This will give me a smoother canvas on my eyes so that when I come in with a shade that I'm going to be doing this and blending with, I won't be moving my eyelids around. Well, I will, but not as much. And I'm leaving the lid tacky from the primer to hang on to as much as I can one of these shimmers. Let's just come into one of these brown mattes. I've never done anything like a project pan or anything because I know I can't commit. I have committing issues. Don't tell Shy Guy. Let's get that black. That was rather bold of me to not even test that out and see if this is a matte black that I can skate out here or if it's one I have to be careful of. I think I can get along with this palette for as long as it takes to hit pan, and we're going to become good friends as long as in a couple hours my eyes don't start itching. I'm coming into Famous, and voila, that's beautiful. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. My mother doesn't wear makeup anymore. She puts on makeup, she doesn't do any kind of eye makeup. And the reason is because she developed a sensitivity. I'm going to put green down here. Yeah. I do have some fallout under there. We might have to redo the concealer because of that. It's this one I have on my lid. I can see that under there. Oh yeah, that's too much. Okay, sorry. Let me get a baby wipe, clean that off, redo my concealer, and I'll be back. This is my Charlotte Tilbury Cheat and this e.l.f. palette, which I really badly want to pan and, you know, I want to pan something. Okay, I feel like a loser that I've never done that. Well, I've panned things, you know, like before my channel, of course, but I don't think I've ever panned an eyeshadow palette. This CoverGirl I've had forever and a day, and the thing is, for some reason, it keeps doing that. I don't think they sell a refill of this, but the thing is that there really isn't, look, that's all that's left. That's all that's left of this pencil. And then I packed it away and moved on to the next. Finish it! So that's what I'm going to do if I can get over this very annoying, every time you pull off the cap, that happens, thing. Okay, we're going to use this brow pencil. Okay, I need to do my brows after I've done my face because I need powder up there. There's too much moisturizer around my eyes and it won't go to my skin. So let's put on my Giorgio Armani. Give this a good shake because it's been sitting a long time. Let's try to use a little less foundation too. I'm not going to just plow through this, you know, so that I can finish it. This stuff is like $60-some a bottle. I remember a time when I didn't have a drawer full, even when I had this channel, when I did not have a drawer full of foundation, because my philosophy on it was really expensive. It's a cream, so it'll go bad quick. And, you know, I mean, foundation is one thing that I actually will spend the bucks on because I think that it helps to have a good foundation at my age. My rule used to be, and I know for some of you, this is a lot, but for a YouTuber, okay, I was like, I limit myself to 10. I know that sounds ridiculous. 10 in a drawer. And then if I buy another one of them has to go. Okay, I don't allow myself to have more than 10. I don't know how many I have now. However, I do know now that I shouldn't just get rid of stuff the way I do because I need those things to compare other things to. This is good. See, now I thought that Revlon stopped making Candid. They did not. Okay, you just couldn't find it on their website. But this is an excellent powder. This powder is very, very weightless. It's got this thingy bob here, and it punches into those holes, so you don't have a mess when you use this powder. Let's see how Candid plays over the top of Giorgio Armani. It's just a great powder. All right, now I have learned something, and I don't know if it's just this combination or not, but doing this looks great over your pores, but it settles really bad into my wrinkles of my forehead. So what I've done over the last few days since I made this video is adjust it so that I use the sponge over my pores, but then I take a powder brush and go over anywhere where I have wrinkles. So let's get some more on this side. And if I remember correctly, I also loved the Candid Concealer and the Candid Foundation. Before we move on, let me tell you about the other powders that I picked out. I want to pan this, okay? I have never used up an entire Hourglass powder. Now, blush, that's a different story. I have actually had 3 of the Mood Exposure blushes. But one of these powders, and let me tell you, for some reason, I lost my ever-loving mind when Hourglass brought these out, and I bought them all. I bought all the blushes, I bought all the powders, and some of you remember this, okay? Because some of you own what I don't still have in my collection. I got into a money bind and I sold some of my cosmetics to you guys on my website when I had it. Remember my jewelry website? Okay, well, I sold some of my cosmetics when I would get into a financial bind. I mean, I haven't forgot that you guys, that's a way you guys helped me out. This channel hasn't always made enough money for anything, really. I mean, when you consider financially, I'm really a failure because I just basically have enough for my utilities and to buy some makeup. I want to interject here that this isn't because I irresponsibly bought makeup. That's what I would think. If I was watching YouTube and somebody like me said something like that, I would assume that it's because I keep buying so much makeup. That was not why. I had already bought all that makeup. You know, back when I had my job that incidentally made good money, but you know how it goes. People get displaced all the time. And most of that is because a few of you have sent me, through the PayPal link below, have sent me money and said, buy stuff to review or whatever. So, you know, I've done stuff like that. I remember things like almost being at a point of losing my car. Clearly, I've never missed a payment on anything before because that's not almost losing your car. I mean, I was at a point where I couldn't make the car payment. Not like anybody was going to come and take it away or anything like that. When Melissa55 shouted out, it's like God puts his hand on some of you at just the right time, you know, and Melissa55 did that, and she had no idea. You know, she just actually loved these earrings. She had no idea. And her doing that generated enough that I got that car payment done. So if you think you don't matter, I hate it when I get emotional like that, unexpectedly. I mean, who plans it? Okay, now at the time mark of 10:15, cry. No, the next few products I probably should have put on before I powdered. But, you know, to me, the mark of a good cream product is, does it actually spread over powder okay? Or does it hang up and get patchy? I paid really good money for these Danessa Myrics, and I then just put them away. Now this one, the reason I put it away is because, first of all, I have a tendency to get out of hand with cream. But this is a great bronzer. But the reason I put it away is because it's just a hair too orangey on me. So then I bought this. This is actually her contouring balm, but I use it more as a bronzer. Now, I'm never going to hit pan on this. I'm using way too little of it, but I do want to feel like I didn't just buy it and shove it in a drawer. I want to get some use out of it before we have to part our ways. Okay, I don't have a concealer that I can do this with, except for this one. Laura Mercier's Secret Concealer. I wish I had found this, tried this. I went to Sephora back when I used to have that age spot right here that I could not get rid of. I mean, I don't know if you, please don't go back to the beginning of my channel, but I had an age spot here that was persistent. It was just like there one day, just like this one appeared one day. So don't take that for granted. You know, if you stop doing your skincare, this stuff is going to happen. You guys were laying out in the sun too. I can't see where I'm at. It's like backwards and stuff, but you know, you guys were doing that too. And if you stop your skincare, you might not think it's doing anything, but like my dermatologist told me, it's preventative. It's stopping what's going to come from coming. All right. So what I'm saying to you is that if you stop doing your skincare, then those age spots will just appear one day on your face that aren't there right now. But I had a heck of a time getting rid of that one. So you can reverse it, okay? But I had a hard time getting rid of that one, and it seemed like it took a couple of years. And I kept buying all these concealers, and I went, and they didn't tell me this one at Sephora. They told me the secret concealer that goes under your eyes, and it didn't do anything. And most concealers, when you need it to do something like that, even after you've powdered it, it'll just peek back through. But this stuff is unique. It's like tacky. It almost feels like it's bad, like it's turned. It's not. It's just very tacky, and it sticks and stays. Unless your nose looks exactly like my nose, and depending on what you're trying to achieve, you don't need to be doing your makeup exactly like I do. You don't need to be going like, oh my gosh, that might be way too much. You don't need to be like, I'm going to start up here and come all the way down. That makes no sense for me. Look how narrow my nose is up here. Why would I want to make that more narrow? So I'm not going to put contour up there. I want to take the sides of my nose down a little bit, and this might not be a good product for me to use. Dark makes things recede, and light makes things come forward. I want to make this part look bigger and this part look littler, if I'm going to do it, okay? And besides that, my glasses come up here. Who's going to know I did that up there? So look and study your own face and decide, with the knowledge that you have, what's going to be the best way for me to do that. If I want this part to go back, I use dark. If I want this to come forward, I use light. So that's what I'm doing. If I want my nose to look like more buttony, I'm going to shorten it right here. I'm not saying don't listen to what YouTubers say. I'm just saying, think about what they say and apply it to your face. This is obviously a product I need to spend some time with because I don't care for the way that looks. I'm so happy I did that. I think I'll take some more of my Candid powder and see if I can't beat that back some. Like that didn't happen, maybe. Okay, well, that's going to have to do for today. Do you guys remember this? This is one of the reasons this all started. I got this out to use it the other day, and a petal broke off. Why? Because it's sitting in a drawer drying up. That makes me sad. This was given to me by my friend Michelle for my birthday, and I didn't want to make the rose go away because it was so pretty. So I went, oh, it's so beautiful. Look at this, guys. And then I put it in a drawer. And then you guys convinced me, and Michelle as well, that I didn't give it to you for that. I gave it to you to use it. So I did, but because I'm constantly using new products, I forgot about this. And then I got it out the other day to use it, and I took a brush and broke a petal. It's drying out. We're going to use it. And I intend to try to use this until all of this is flattened. You should also know your strengths. Cream blush and I are not that great of friends. I tend to get way too overboard, and I can't correct it very well. I think that's quite enough of that, don't you? The other blush that I got out to use is California. I want to get out of my comfort zone when it comes to corally and peach colors because there's absolutely no reason why I can't have that. All right, the highlighter I picked out, wow, we're reaching, right? Miri Luminizer. What a shame. Have you been on YouTube long enough that this was the rage? This was a fantastic highlighter then, and it's a fantastic highlighter now. If you have that highlighter still, get it out. Spend a weekend with it. I bet you'll like it again. The two lip liners that we're going to concentrate on are, I love this. This is Huda. It came in a lip kit. Oh yeah, that's why we're not using it, because, see, it wants to come out of there. But we're going to try anyway, by gosh, because this is a beautiful one. And Lisa Eldridge's Muse, I keep putting this away because I don't want to run out of it. But the reason I didn't was because you couldn't buy it unless you bought it in the kit with the lipstick. Ridiculous, she now sells these. There's no reason why I can't use this up. I can just buy another one if I want to. So that's one, but we're going to use this one today because I want to see whether or not that falling out of there is going to be a problem for me. Or if it's dried up. Yeah, this is hurting me. Because it's wood, you sharpen it, and it's dried up. It doesn't smell bad. But see, it's breaking off now because I'm trying to use that. Okay. If the makeup is bad or dried up, we don't have to finish it. But see, here's an example of what I'm talking about. This was something I loved. It's beautiful. And yet, look how much of it got wasted. Let's go ahead and get Muse out then. It won't be long, we'll be getting another one out. I'm going to go ahead and fill in my lips. I pulled out Tom Ford Pussycat. I just used this not too long ago in a Get Ready With Me, and I am going to use it up. Tom Ford lipsticks are one of the most expensive lipsticks. It is the most expensive lipstick that I own, and I have 2 left. Casablanca went bad, and in a short period of time. I don't want to lose Pussycat. So I'm going to take Pussycat over the top of this liner, which the liner is more brown, and I don't care. We'll just get a new color, because I'm using this up. This isn't going bad, but I'm dating myself with this lipstick, am I not? Look at this tube. Okay, I thought this was cool when they came out, but this is probably one of my favorite Lancome lipsticks. This is how much is left. I only wear it in the summer and the spring. I love that lipstick so much. I have bought it for people as gifts. So I'm going to put it over the top of this just because I want to shift it a little. And my favorite way to wear it actually isn't alone. Don't be afraid to pair your lipsticks. You can come up with shades that maybe you don't own. The gloss I'm concentrating on is this one from Wayne Goss. I love this antique rose gloss and its little shimmers in it. This is the first one I'm going to see go. I think I've powdered enough that I can do my brows now, so I'm moving on to the Broken Cover Girl, and let's do my eyebrows. Let's reach into the caddy of things I kept out because, let's face it, I'm not going to not use them. It's my Benefit 24-hour brow setter. Now then, do you think that we'll ever get to the end of this? I'm starting to think that this pen has like being refilled by the YSL fairies while I sleep. There seems to be no end to this concealer pen. I only use it for this, but like I said before, it still gets clicked every single time that I use it. Why is this thing never running out? Mind you, I don't really want it to because I love it. I forgot with the powder, this was just sitting here, that I pulled out this shade of MAC Studio Fix. I've had this for probably 10 to 12 years. It is in the wrong shade because back when I first started watching YouTube, may have been Jaclyn Hill, convinced me I needed to buy MAC Studio Fix in NW25. This is absolutely too dark for me. My shade is NW13, and I kept this because this does a pretty good job, and it's probably not today because of what I already did, but I'm going to keep it out to use for this. Okay. It does a good job of contouring. You can contour with foundation. Just get a darker shade than what you actually wear, and then you'll be able to contour with it. Get a lighter one and you can highlight with it. I just basically wanted to explain and see if I could further mess up my nose. I just wanted to explain why that is in here. The only things left in front of me now are my eyeliner choices, and then mascara. I'm just going to try to use up what I've got open. I have 3 pencils. First, MAC Feline used to be the only eyeliner I ever wore. And then I got on YouTube and I started buying all these other eyeliners. Nope, it goes in just as creamy as ever. How in the world is this possible? Because pencil eyeliners dry up. I just stopped using it one day and moved on. The thing about Feline is it will leave my waterline in a little while, and I'll have to put more back in, but that's okay because that'll help me use it up. I remember when watching Atlanta, Indiana way back then, when Urban Decay came out with Zero, which is their black. If I remember right, she gave up Feline for it, liked it better, and I didn't. Up until that point, that was the first thing I ever disagreed with Lana on. And I'm like, no, Urban Decay's 24-hour glide in Zero is not better than MAC's Feline. And I still feel like that. But I do love Urban Decay's 24/7 eyeliners. Not so much for my waterline, though. I love the color range on them. They're beautiful. I'll try to put a serious dent in it. It is in Alkaline. And Alkaline is this burgundy color. Then this, okay? Just because I can't not use it. But this is probably going to be the last time I buy the Lancome L'Estilo waterproof eyeliner, and this one is in chocolate. Okay, did I say that right, Anne? For French? No, I think it's chocolat. They don't say chocolate. It has a smudger on one end. You guys see me use this all the time. 3 of these mascaras are tubings, and they're all 3 about ready to hit the empties because I use tubing mascara the most, especially in the summer. The tubing mascaras hold up pretty good to my sunscreen. And then these 4, a Sills Booster, which sort of kind of doesn't count as a mascara, but does. I've got this Maybelline, and this one, and then this one here by Honest Beauty. So I'm not going to pull out any mascaras. I have these already open. I think I'll use this one, and then we'll use Caloray on top of it. And after that, I will put on the setting sprays that I've chosen. Derma sent this to me. You can see this is going to be gone in no time. This is a hydrating mist. Let's keep this for the day that I feel powdery dry. And then there's this, the Tarte Maracuja Miracle Mist. I would like to use this up. This cost me $30-some. I bought this because I wanted to break my addiction to the Morphe setting spray, which I did, and I did it with this. But then I found Charlotte Tilbury, and I put this away, and it never came back out to play. So, some of these products, I'm like, oh, I forgot how much I loved you. All right, I'll be right back. Here it is, and I'm going to take it out of here, mainly because that's my brush, my dirty brush caddy. You take it out of there, reorganize it in front of me. Unless I'm reviewing something, that's the makeup that I'm going to use. And we'll just see how it all goes. And, you know, I like this look. Good. It'll make me feel good to plow through some of these things and not like I just wasted my money buying them, which of course it's different for me. It's not exactly like I'm wasting my money because, you know, there's a purpose for why I did it. But just the kind of person that I am, I don't want to waste that. I encourage you to join me. If you have things that you've put away, and, you know, get them out, dust them off, use them, all right? Tell me what those things are below. I'd like to know. If, you know, I'd like to know that I'm not the only one that does this stuff. I want you to know also that you are the best part of the Fritzy family, and that if you're not having a blessed day, you can get one. Just go be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya, bye, and I'm out.
Yeah, it's like a countdown is on. It's the final countdown. Dun 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 dun. Woohoo! Ooh, did I even ring you out before? Woo! That sounds like I'm peeing, right? Actually, it probably looks like something else, but you know what? I was just wringing out the sponge, and so will you. Okay, it'll totally rock your world, because it'll rock you like a hurricane. Do you want to be rocked like a hurricane? Rock you like a hurricane. Dun, dun, dun. I've got chocolate in my mouth. Oh, that tastes so good. I'm going to enjoy this palette. Peter! Look at the gloriousness of this powder and stop messing around. There's a reason why you're still in my collection. There's a reason why I'm putting you on today with makeup. You are makeup. Shut up, Alexa. You did the same thing I did. You guys were laying out in the snow, too. Wait a minute. Were you guys laying in the snow? I only ever did that when I passed out. You have to sharpen it, so... Alexa, leave me alone. Ugh. Thanks.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Alexa, you're getting as bad as PETA. I just need you to leave me alone.
I could not find that on Amazon Music.
She's as stupid as Siri.